more business jets in flight sim, and thankfully there's good news. There's actually quite a few in development right now as we speak, and I cannot wait. But thankfully we have this one right here by LivToAir, the Citation CJ3, coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. This is a pre-release version of it, so of course I have to say that what you see when you get it may not reflect what I see right now, but definitely want to make sure we give feedback to the developer. Anything we like or dislike, they need to know about it so they can make this aircraft better now and in the future. But big shout out to LivToAir for allowing me to showcase this. But anyways, this is the Citation CJ3, and yeah, it looks a lot like the CJ4 at first glance, but I kid you not, this is a completely custom 3D model inside and out. And I'm gonna show you the good, bad, and the ugly. I'm not gonna hide anything in this video. So let me know what you think. Anyway, let's go ahead and start with the bit of a walk around here on the right wing here, and we can actually interact with the flaps. Not flaps, the ailerons. You can move them up and down. And I'm already seeing the first thing I kind of dislike about this plane, and I think we may have a little issue here with the 3D modeling. I'm gonna scroll in here real tight. Are you noticing that? I'm just gonna move this. You can see the light reflect off the aileron. You see how low poly that crevice is right there? Like, it just looks really fake. Looks like a model plane or a toy plane. Like, look how soft those edges are. Yeah, that doesn't look, I mean, the animation itself is very smooth, which is good, right? I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. The animation is smooth, but the actual, like, it doesn't look good. It doesn't. The texturing on it too, like, there's really little to no texture on that as well, so it just kind of looks very flat and lifeless. No character to it. Anyways, also looking here at the nav light. Looks actually pretty good at first, but then if I compare this to the CJ4, the wing and the nav light, you can notice just how different that quality is, which is why I know this is not just like, they didn't just copy the CJ4 and put a new interior on it. Like, this is actually a completely new custom 3D model, and sadly it seems so far in this first few seconds of looking at it to be a bit of a downgrade from what the current CJ4 is in 2024. Now, I don't know how it was in 2020. We are in 2024 right now. Again, technology's moved on. And so compared to the 2024 version of the CJ4, this is a downgrade. Also looking here at the fuel panel, you can actually open and close that in 2024, which you cannot do in this particular aircraft. We'll continue to walk around though and see. Again, I'm gonna point out the good, the bad. I'm not gonna hide anything. Down here usually is where you're gonna like plug in your GPU and stuff like that. I think this might actually open if we call GPU, but we can't click on it and move it ourselves. And let's go ahead and continue walking back here. There is the tail. And actually look at that. If you zoom in close, you can actually see the ribs on that de-icing boot, which is actually kind of nice. That's kind of nice. You look back here. Yeah, I think the engines are actually completely different. Now notice again, like, look at this panel thing. Look how just, I don't know, like undetailed. Now I don't know how that's supposed to look, but I just feel like that looks kind of fake to me. Don't know how well it's going to come through the video. Looks kind of fake. Also, just kind of notice as we get closer to the livery, just kind of how pixelated all the stripes are on here. So yeah, the nuts and bolts are kind of like not the greatest quality. There's a little bit of like texture wear and tear on this engine, which I do like. Can I open this right here? No, I can't. All right, cool. Let's continue to walk around here and look at it. But yeah, I don't know, some of these edges just look a little too soft. Now back here we can open up the cargo bay, which is nice. I do love the animations and open up doors and things like that. Plenty of space for some luggage for your family members for today's flight. Oh yeah, we're flying to Jamaica today. I don't think I mentioned that. Today we're currently in Sarasota, Florida, and we are flying to Jamaica for about a 2-hour-long flight. We'll talk more about that when we get our flight plans, stuff like that going on. But yeah, so we can't open anything over here. Again, in the CJ4, there's actually a couple panels here as well that you can click on and open in 2024. We'll continue. Again, we have kind of the low poly wings. The wings in general are just kind of like low poly, which I guess is good for performance, and you probably won't notice it from afar. Matter of fact, I didn't notice it from afar before until I got really close to it. There's a leading edge of the wing, got that kind of a bit shiny. Doesn't look too bad. Again, I'm being very nitpicky with this, but that's kind of how it is, man. The standard's been moving up. There's a lot of competition in the flight sim, and I kind of expect better from developers these days, you know what I'm saying? If we squat down here, take a look at the tires, which look okay. Again, not a lot of detail down there, and that panel right there, that gear, yeah, there's like no texture on that either. So we'll keep walking. We'll keep walking. Again, that front does open up and close. Got the nice army green texture on the inside. Speaking of inside, I think the inside, honestly, is really where this plane is the most special. Let's go ahead and go to the interior. So moving into the interior, we'll start with the cabin. We'll look a bit deeper into the cabin when we go on our flight. We have 2 hours to look at things. There's a lot to show that I'm not going to show right now. But as you can see, we have a completely different interior than we have in the CJ4. All white seating. Got black pedestals and black tables, black trim. We also have the working window shades as well, which is a nice addition. The CJ4 does not have that, at least not in Microsoft 2024. We have the moving tables and things like that with sound, which is nice. Again, I'm actually really excited to show you guys what all could be done here. Again, I feel like the inside is really where it's special. It really is. And then back here, we have the last seat, or the toilet, which we could also click on. I'm not gonna lie, that toilet flush sound is a bit cringe. Like, oh my god. But hey, you know, I'll give it points for that. Any plane that has a flushing toilet gets points in my book. Anyways, let's move up to the front. We'll come back here during the flight, and this is the cockpit. And honestly, I think the cockpit looks great. I really do think the cockpit looks great. It feels really nice. I love the dark look. I love the glass on all 3 screens there. We got the G3000 in here. The yokes look good. It just all around looks pretty solid. Even the first officer and the captain's seat look really nice too. That nice fluffy texture. Actually, it looks really good in that light right there. Very well done. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the cockpit, it almost feels like the cockpit was 3D modeled and textured by a different person than the back of the plane, because the quality up here is much better, in my opinion, than the quality back there and out there. But hey, I mean, you spend more time in the cockpit, so maybe they spent more time in the cockpit. But anyways, let's get the aircraft started up, flight plan in there, and we'll head over to Jamaica, and I'll show you guys more about what you can do in this plane and everything like that as we go. Okay, let's take a seat. I'm gonna click on the yoke, and it won't hide it, it just rolls it down. I actually like that feature a lot. We'll get our battery set to on, just like that. You can see we got the Garmin here, the Garmin G3000. We can also go to our ESB now. Nice. Now I'm hoping that he'll actually change this, because right now you can only turn on the EFB if the battery's on, which doesn't make any sense. I'm hoping it's a bug and that they actually make it so that you can turn it on at any time, because I need to access the airplane app so I can get the GPU connected. So connect the GPU. The main door is already showing open. The baggage front, we can open and close those from right here. Very nice sound, by the way, for that. Very nice sound, as well as the one in the back. You can open and close that one. Go ahead and close it. Assume the pods are ready to go. And now the GPU is connected, we will not be burning out our battery. Now, the circuit breakers do not work. They are not modeled. They're here. You can see them, but you cannot click on them. They don't do anything. So I'm going to back out to the home page. So you have a few apps here. You have the airplane app. You have your map. You have your notes, which is pretty cool. You can actually draw in here your notes. You have Navigraph. And of course, you have SimBrief integration. So this is our flight plan. Again, 41,000 feet, block time 2 hours 15 minutes to Sangster, Jamaica. I'm hit load. That'll actually load the SimBrief flight plan to our aircraft. Go to the airplane tab, hit kilograms here. We can now load from SimBrief. So I'm gonna click load from SimBrief. That'll load our weight and balance. And now on the left is what you're basically inputting, and on the right, what your aircraft actually has loaded. So I'm gonna hit set weights, That will now transfer what's on the left to the right. So we got 6 passengers, 1 crew, that's me. And we have our fuel and we have our baggage all loaded up in 1 click. That's how I like it. So what I'll do now is we'll come over here to the G3000 and we'll get it set up. Very easy to do. We'll just first click on initialization and then go to use sim brief. We'll click on that. Then we'll click on weight and fuel. Click on payload. We have 6 passengers at 175 pounds each. All right, we'll click on sim brief and that'll bring us to the sim brief page where we can actually import our flight plan. We'll click on import here. That's going to import our entire flight plan right into our G3000, including the departures and things like that. Although I will hit procedure here and click on approach to load in our approaches, the ILS-07. That's going to be a Moxie. Go ahead, yes. Actually, no, I want that to be a no. No, do not fly the course reversal and load. Okay. We'll head back again, back to initialization. And now we go to our takeoff data. And here we have to go to runway 04 out of Sarasota. Weather can be synced. So we hit load METAR winds. And then we'll grab the temperature. The temperature right now is 25 degrees Celsius. And back to runway. Nothing else we need on this page. Takeoff config. We'll use flaps 15 degrees. No anti-ice. It will not be a rolling takeoff. And we'll go down to takeoff data. And we'll just basically accept the takeoff speeds it's given us. There are V speeds in pink. And as we go back, we can now see that all the check boxes are checked. We can hit accept initialization. And now that our flight plan is taken care of, we'll go ahead and go to our checklist. There is a built-in checklist right here in the G3000, which is pretty nice. And we'll just kind of go through that very quickly. So circuit breakers are all in. Fuel transfer knob is off, which is right there. Our left and right boost pump switches are in the normal position. Anti-ice is off. Windshield bleed air. Manual valves are off. Parking brake is set. Throttles are in the off. Actually, they're not in the off position, so we'll put them in the off position. There we go. Clear the master cautions. And standby flight display needs to be on, which is going to be right here. Nice. That is now on. We'll continue. Batteries are already on. Emergency lights should be armed, which they are now. Next up is going to be landing gear down 3 green, checked. And we're already on the GPU, so we can skip the next 2. We got our weight and fuel set. That's good. Initialization is also set. Next checklist. Now the before start engine checklist. Parking brake is set. Wood chocks have been removed. Cabin door, we can go back and close that now. There we go. We'll click on the button right there. I'm going to bring the stairs up and shut the door. Now, can I lock it? There we go. We'll lock that. All right, door is closed and locked. Engine instruments are all showing green. CAS messages are checked and good. Battery voltage is good. And then our air conditioner is currently off. And to start this aircraft is extremely easy. All we need to do is go down here and click on the push to start. So we hit the left engine. And she's firing up. All right, we got a good start on 1, starting engine 2. Starting 2. All right, once we get into rotation, just like we did the first time, you can go ahead and throw your engine into flight idle, which is almost immediately. N2 is rising. N1 as well. All right, we'll jump back over to our EFB and we'll get the GPU disconnected, confirm all the doors are indeed shut, and then we'll get our left and right generators and make sure those are actually in the on position. Go reset and on. Let's make sure they're on. They're good to go now, and that's going to be engine start checklist complete. And now we have our before taxi checklist. We're going to run, again, very quickly through this, but it does lead me to our first really cool feature of this aircraft as we look at our exterior lights switch here. We actually go down to our G3000 here and click on aircraft systems, exterior lights, and I believe this is custom. We get our nav lights on. Our beacon lights are already on, which is the anti-collision lights over here, I believe. or those are strobe lights. I'm not sure. We have the passenger lights on as well. Those are interior. And then we'll make sure we set our air source. This is very important. Air source to both, so that way we can get a pressurization in flight. And then also here in the G3000 is the air conditioning. We're going to turn air conditioning on. Set on auto. There's the temperature. It's a little cold. We'll set that to like 71. I think that should be good. A little loud. And we'll make sure our trim is set for takeoff, which it is. Pop up the yoke, do a flight control check. Right, left, back, and forward. Rudder pedals are also working. Check that, and then we'll do flaps 15. And lastly, we'll verify we have our V speeds here on our main MFD, 130, 107, 95, and 93. And with that, we're all set, and we're ready for call to taxi. Taxi runway 22 via Bravo, contact tower 120.1, ready for departure, citation 16 Bravo. And here we go, rolling out of the FBO. Thank you guys for the service. Lots of business jets parked out here. And honestly, it taxis really nice. It doesn't feel like an RC plane when you taxi it. That's good news.
I'm Emma, your flight attendant for today. Over in 40 minutes. Before we take off, I'd like to go over some important safety
Citation 16 Bravo, contact tower on 120.1, have a good morning.
Alright, before takeoff checklist, air source, select knob is both flaps are takeoff, trim is set for takeoff, pitot static, both on, 1 and 2. We have our anti-collision lights turned on, landing lights turned on, and we are ready for takeoff. Sarasota Tower, citation 16 Bravo, holding short runway 22 at Bravo, ready to go.
Citation 116 Bravo, Sarasota Tower, runway 22, winds 125 and 4. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff, runway 22, citation 16 Bravo. Alright, here we go. And confirm 22 at the whole short. Actually a very nice day here in Florida today. Got some storms on the way into the area, but we'll get out of here just in time before they roll in. And weather's expected to be really nice over in Montego Bay. There's runway 22. And we'll take off on the roll. Plenty of runway. Gotta sync my heading to current heading. Up to 4,000 feet. And here we go.
To departure, American 2450. Good day.
Airspace alive. V1. Rotate. And positive rate, gear up. Nice and easy. I was kind of expecting it to feel like super like twitchy, like a lot of business jets do and light aircraft, but that felt actually really smooth on the liftoff.
Citation 16 Bravo, contact departure on 118.8.
Over to departure, citation 16 Bravo. Alright, yaw damper on, we'll turn the autopilot on. And we should level off here at 4,000 feet. Pull our power back, we're speeding. There's no auto throttle in this aircraft, so you gotta manage your speed yourself. Departure, citation 16 Bravo, 4,000.
Citation 16 Bravo, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, citation 16 Bravo. I was hoping for that. I don't like flying at 4,000 feet above the water. It's just like, my favorite thing about this plane is the G3000. Like, one of the things we've really been wanting and needing is a business jet with modern avionics. And you know, the original CJ4 is cool with the ProLine 21 system. It's alright, right? But it's not a G3000. The Learjet that we have is a really cool plane, a great plane, but it has that really old school avionics. Obviously the Citation Longitude has the newer Garmin as well, But we just need more aircraft that have more modern avionics. And I like this setup right here. I really like this setup. Like this right here is what I enjoy the most. I know our speed's a little slow here. Why is it so? Oh, because he didn't push the throttle up. I keep forgetting there is no auto throttle. There we go. So we'll climb up 21,000 feet. That's why we weren't climbing. That makes sense now. That makes sense now. All right, we out of here. All right, we are now cruising at flight level 410 here in the CJ3 Plus, and I think it's a good time to take a bit of a coffee break. Hey, let's go ahead and do a bit of a tour of the cabin. Now, this is kind of, you know, besides the cockpit and the nice avionics we have, what's also special about this plane is some of the unique features. Let me just show you. So we'll open up some of these cabinets and things like that. So you can see that opens up, has some nice sounds to it. We'll close that. We can open this one up too as well, I believe. I can click and drag that up, and we actually go ahead and make a coffee. There we go. And we'll take that coffee, make another one. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a working coffee maker in a plane before. That's honestly pretty impressive. Like, I know I have my complaints, but that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we got in here. We got a looks like a first aid kit. Yep, nice. Oops. Can I close that now? I will close that up. We also have poison. Okay, that's not good. And then we have an empty cabinet there. All right, cool. What else we got back here? I've actually not fully explored this yet. I kind of saved this for the video. We got various chips and snacks. I'm actually trying to eat healthy-ish, but I'll take some Doritos. That's good to go. And let's see what else we got in this next drawer down here. Oh, burgers. Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on a second. All right, so when I click on that, that actually puts it there on the table. Can I actually place some chips too? Oh, cool. Yeah, give me a bunch of chips. Yeah. We have a nice flight's not too long. We're about an hour out from Montego Bay right now, but I think it's a good time to get some snack on. Get some snackage. What's a flight without some snackage? Go ahead and grab some poison too. A couple poisons. Yeah. I mean, what could go wrong, right? What could go wrong? Go ahead and close that one. So we got some coffee, we got some poison, we got some Doritos, we got some burger, we got some Chinese food in here too. I like how when you click on it, it actually removes it and places it on the table. Again, that's something I've also never seen before. Yep, that one's nothing's in there. And then what's this? What's behind this mystery door? Okay, got a Star Wars figurine. Looks like Darth Vader. Wow. When you click on it, he says, "I'm your father." That's amazing. All right. How to fly a plane for dummies. We're going to need that. Look at the view out there, guys.
American 25.
Look at that
American
view.
2506, climb and maintain flight level 200.
Oh, my God. Where are we right now?
I'm already at flight level 200. American
We're actually
2506.
coming up on, we're coming up on Key West area. That looks amazing. Anyways, let's take a sip of coffee. There's a sound effect for that. Poison as well. As you click on the burger, he takes bites out of it and then burps. Oh, bro. We're snacking heavy on this flight. We're gonna need some more. We need some more. Let's try some Chinese food. Can I get some Chinese food, Emma?
Citation 116 Bravo,
Look at
Miami
that.
Center. Good morning.
Oh my God, look at that view. See, I almost flew out of Key West today, but I actually kind of like flying over it. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. All right, back to the back. Our food is ready. Yum. I actually really like that. I actually really am enjoying this. Oh, I like these candies and these cookies. Let's give them all to me. I want them all. And I'll take another burger. I think I like the burger better than Chinese food. We'll take a couple burgers. And then we'll get some more poison. Wait, did we run out? What's it over here? Oh, here they are. There we go. There we go. So yeah, you can really kind of like, you know, you can eat good flying in this plane. You really can eat good. Look at all of that. Look at all the snacks. And this is kind of what I imagine flying on a business jet is like in real life, because you basically have the snack bar, like open snack bar the entire flight. You can eat whatever you want, as much as you want. There's no extra charge. It's all included in your flight. Like, that's amazing. So I switched the time to nighttime just for a quick demonstration of something I think that might be pretty cool. I've actually not seen this before, so I want to kind of explore it with you. I'm going to go to our EFB here. I'm going to click on the little settings button, and we're messing with the kind of the cabin lights. You can do all on, all off. You can turn on one or two of them on, which we'll try here. Let's try turning on the just these two lights here and see what that looks like. So turn around, and you can see that's just towards the back, so it's like super dark. And then you have this, you know, this light right here, which is nice. That's cool, right? Not too special, but there's another button here. I don't know what it actually does, but I've heard it does crazy things, and that is disco mode. Oh, okay. Okay, now this is a party. Now this is a party.
September 2998.
Wagwan. Alright guys, as you can see, we have just reached our top of descent. It says VPath here. We reached our top of descent here. And to activate that, I clicked on VNav here. And what it's going to do is it's going to descend for us, but it's not going to manage our speed. So it's up to us to still manage our speed. So I'm actually going to bring my throttle back to kind of keep us out of overspeeding, but the aircraft will actually pitch for the best, I guess, vertical speed to get to our altitude restriction at the bottom. Alright, we are approaching the ILS. I'm going to go over here and click on approach mode. Approach mode, localizer is armed. There's the glide slope right there. And you can also see that we're approaching that final
Citation 16 Bravo, contact Sangster Tower on 118.75.
118.75, Citation 16 Bravo. Sangster Tower, Citation 16 Bravo is on the ILS, runway 7. There's the runway right there. Aircraft should capture that.
Citation 116 Bravo, Sangster Tower. Roger, continue approach.
Continue approach, Citation 16 Bravo. There it is. Nice. Looks like it's capping it. We still got low and glide slope in white, though. We don't want that. Yeah, looks like we're just above. So we caught the localizer, we went above the glide slope, so we could actually use the vertical speed to catch up. We'll chase it down.
Citation 16 Bravo, winds 145 at 5. Runway 7 cleared to land.
For runway 7 cleared to land, Citation 16 Bravo. Alright, here we go, landing in Montego Bay, Jamaica. Short final, runway 7. Got a cruise ship and looks like a yacht off on the left there. Flying her by hand. And it doesn't feel like as sensitive as I would normally expect a light business jet like this to be, which is fine. I actually like it better this way. I don't like the twitchiness that we get in a lot of light aircraft and business jets and things like that. This one feels a bit more heavier, but not that much heavier. It's still very light on the nose. You can't give it too much power or throttle. Let's see if she floats here. We're a little low, but that's okay. I'm happy with it. Beautiful approach though. Got a bit of a crosswind too. 50. Get that power in. And here we go. Cut the power there. Nose up just a little bit. Don't over flare. And touchdown. We'll drop that last notch of flaps, which is also going to activate the speed brakes. Speed's coming back, and we are down. Welcome to Montego Bay. That approach felt really good, I gotta admit. It felt really good. Really good. We'll exit right here as we tap on the brakes. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people are going to still complain about the flight model. I'm not a rated CJ3 or Citation pilot, so I am honestly not one to judge.
Citation 16 Bravo, welcome to Sangster. Contact ground on 121.7.
Over to ground, Citation 16 Bravo. I'm not one to judge a business jet's flight model, but it doesn't feel horrible.
Citation 16 Bravo, contact ground on 121.7 for taxi instructions.
It could be worse. It could be worse. Make a right here. But yeah, I mean, last thoughts on the aircraft as we taxi to the FBO here in Montego Bay is that, I mean, at first look, my first impression was kind of disappointed. The exterior model looks like a low-end plane from Microsoft 2020 that's been ported over to 2024. So a bit disappointed in the modeling and texturing of the exterior model. The cabin looks decent, but could also be better. The cockpit is kind of the highlight of this entire aircraft. The G3000, the texturing, modeling, and systems of the G3000 here in the front, I think is great, and honestly sells this plane alone. If they can improve the exterior modeling and texturing and some of that, it would be a much better aircraft. Sounds are not too bad. It feels nice to taxi, feels nice to fly. Yeah, I mean, it just, you know, if they can fix the modeling issues, I think will be good. But I kind of like it. Hopefully they can improve it and make it better in the future. It's definitely not like a study level aircraft. It's not a, I would not call it a high fidelity business jet, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for like a super high fidelity business jet that's like, I mean, darn near close to the real thing, I don't really think this is it. But this jet is fun to fly. So if you're looking for a business jet that's just fun and easy to fly, then yes, this is definitely a good jet for you. But if you're looking for hardcore study level high fidelity systems and stuff like that, this is not it for sure. So sadly, we're still waiting on that super high fidelity business jet to come to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. But I definitely can see myself flying this. It is a slight downgrade in some ways from the CJ4, the CJ4. But again, the biggest plus to this plane is
Southwest
this
273,
G3000 up
on
front.
120.8.
This makes up for a lot of the other stuff that I'm complaining about. So we'll see. I enjoy it. Again, thanks to LivToAir for allowing me to showcase it and show it off. Let me know what you think. Do you think this plane is good enough for you? Do you think it's perfect for you? Do you have complaints about it? Anything you love about it? Let me know in the chat. Until next time, though, guys, remember, you have three choices: give up, give in, or give it all. You got peace, love, and God bless you. I will see you guys next time, next video. We out. Shut it down. Let them up.